Hello. I don't know where Riaz is.
I'm
you,
here. I made it.
you there? You there?
I made it.
Good. Good.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to Sportycast Football. This is episode 106. I'm pretty sure. I keep getting this wrong, but 106 of the 343 podcast. I'm Riaz Parker and I'm joined here today by AF. AF, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good, man. Last couple of days before the fast starts, so trying to get in the mindset, in the correct headspace. But yeah, I have some fantastic football to preview tonight, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm not sure watching United is going to help you with that headspace, but we try our best.
We take it as it comes, man. We take it as it comes.
Fair enough, fair enough. Ruben's joining us today as well. How's it going, Ruben? You having a good week so far?
Good week so far. I'm sure it's going to be spoiled tonight, so that's as much as I'm going to say.
This doom and gloom doesn't suit. That's not good. Yeah, it's not good. Going from doom and gloom, I assume we're going to the absolute peakest, the highest of highs. Nikita, how are you doing? You okay?
I'm good. I'm well, thank you. I'm looking forward to this evening.
That's so good to have you back. I mean, last time you were on top of the log and you're still kind of there, so you're feeling good about it?
I think we're kind of there. We are top comprehensively. So I'm feeling good. Yeah, feeling very good. I'm still, I think at the beginning of the season, one of my big calls that I made was that at the end of the season, if Arteta doesn't win it, he's got to skedaddle. So I do as May comes to fruition, or maybe even April. I don't know. I don't know when the league will be done. I think it's going to be an interesting call for Arsenal fans and the like, because the AFTV is getting pretty left, and that's not AF's TV.
Yeah, not AFTV.
Stay away from that channel.
Luckily,
it's so good though. It's so good. It's so entertaining.
It really isn't. I mean, because I have to watch it, and I think one of them is like, well, obviously it's AFTV, so kind of they hate on us, but you know we're the Banter Club, and they kind of they're on us quite a bit. So that's a bit deep, but it's good nonetheless. I'm happy to have you guys on here today. Today we're going to be discussing all the things about this evening's game: Spurs, City, Liverpool, Newcastle. 2 massive games on this evening. And of course, we're going to be talking a little bit about not yesterday's games because it fell a little bit flat, but the weekend's games. There was quite a few awesome games on this weekend. We'll be chatting first a little bit about that. And talking about this weekend, AF, Mubin and Jason, they went on a little bit of a trip. AF, where did you guys go?
Yeah, we were on the Sea Point Prom once again. The vibes were absolutely amazing. Trying to get the last Sunday before the fast starts, so interviewed quite a few people, got some interesting takes from some of them. Shame, I think Mubin got the brunt of the one guy.
Yeah, I wish Nikita was there to conduct that interview. It was felt like my grandfather was having a go at me.
I mean, with that kind of a tattoo, it was serious that you already knew from the start.
No, this wasn't the guy with the tattoo. This was
not that guy.
This was the guy with the South African T-shirt.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
The guy with the tattoo. I think Jason did that interview.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you guys did well, Ben. And I mean, on the prom, it's just the kind of the vibe that you get there is so nice. Like it's just. Because when the weather is nice, it just feels good. There's the ocean there. There's some nice greenery. It's people just going about the day, and it was quite great. So if you guys want to catch that video, you can watch it. It's on the channel right now. I think it'll be linked here or in the description down below somewhere, something like that. Go check it out. But yeah, we are going to start today. I want to talk about. Okay, let's start at the bottom of the table and work our way up. So if
are you and I going to be speaking at the same time then?
No, I'm next definitely. I'm next definitely. let's not. I mean, under no delusion here, but we'll come to you first. If United played Everton on the weekend, it was dodgy for about 60 minutes, and then for the next 30, it was very decent. Talk me through the game first, besides the controversial decision that we'll come to afterwards. But talk me through the game, how you felt it went in general.
Atrocious first half from United.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that there's another word I can use for it. Everton deserved everything that they got in that first half. I don't know what was said at halftime, but they actually came out in the second half trying a bit, not giving 100%, but at least trying. And I mean that resulted in a couple of goals. And yeah, I don't think we deserved a point from the game. I think we were absolutely pathetic. But yeah, like the penalty decision that you said, the actually young. I mean, he has a reputation for diving. That definitely counted against him. That I think that must have been the thing that swayed the VAR's decision forward.
I think at United, I might add.
Yeah, I mean, like throughout his career, Watford, Aston Villa, United, like he's just garnered this reputation for diving, and that's obviously made a sort of impression on a lot of the officials. But yeah, like last season as well, United wasn't really getting the rub of the green. So it's actually quite nice for something to come our way for once in a while.
Okay. I'm just going to say okay to that. I'm not sure where to go with that.
I can go back in episodes for every time I've spoken about a decision going against us that shouldn't have. But okay.
Fair enough. It's still opinion based mostly, but I mean, Ruben, in your eyes, penalty, no penalty. How do we see it?
Nah, no penalty. I must admit, I didn't catch the game. I was traveling and only got back home Saturday. But I did obviously check out the highlights.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely no penalty. Like you said, Ashley Young has a history of diving throughout his career, and much of it has come from his stint at United. So glad to see that it wasn't given. I think it is a much needed point on our behalf, seeing that we're languishing literally a couple of spots above relegation. But no penalty. I think it would have been quite soft, to be honest.
Okay. I do agree that it was soft. I think that there was definitely two tugs of the shirt, and what people didn't see is that I think it was Maguire. Yeah. Actually, there was contact on the foot as well. There was like sort of a trip because he fell over his feet as well. That's why he kind of dove, I guess. Nikita, so I'm not going to come to you to ask you if it was a penalty or not, because I think me and you will outright say that it was a penalty. But tell me about the decision that kind of the referee's decision obviously has to be clear and obviously wrong for him to kind of
exactly. And that fundamentally is for me the issue. I'm trying to look here, but I can't remember which other fixture this weekend also had a VAR decision where the referee's decision was overturned. And I was like, that was a bit contentious, but ultimately we came to the right conclusion.
I think it was the red card Bournemouth.
Yeah, you're right. But for me, like to overturn that when it's it could go either way, and then B, there being no basis for the overturn. It was not the clear and obvious error. Yeah. For me, the pen should have stood. And if Young doesn't have A, the reputation, and B, both his feet don't kick out like that.
Yeah.
It's a pen.
So exaggerated.
It was exaggerated.
Yeah, exaggerated. It was just unnecessary. So again, for me, that is where VAR fails. They are just not coming back to the right decisions. Because again, if that was a no penalty, if the referee had not given anything, then I would have again expected VAR not to intervene because it's not clear and obvious. it's just like VAR's just a stuff up overall. They do one good thing out of 50. You know what I mean? Like they can't get anything consistently right or wrong.
The consistency, AF.
And I said there was a silver lining to that penalty decision being overturned, and that was the look on Tarkovsky's face after that. That was amazing. I don't like the guy, so seeing him angry was just like, give me more.
You guys hate Everton, eh? Everyone hates Everton. Like, what's the buzz? Like, everybody doesn't like Everton.
The day they eventually get relegated will be celebrations.
I'll celebrate the day. Yeah. If only we could have 3 clubs come up that are not absolute dog shit. That would be great. So that they could actually go down.
So the last thing about United before we move on to Newcastle quickly is I want to, well, not Newcastle, Liverpool, is I want to kind of ask you, AF, how far do we go in terms of backing the manager? I know you are very outwardly backing the manager, which I personally agree with. How far are we, and at what point do we say that he is going to be in trouble? How far into next season? So I'm assuming you're going to say next season. So how far into next season do we say that he's going to be in trouble?
You know, I don't think there's going to be... The season will probably start off a bit rusty again. But, I mean, he's going to get a full preseason. He's going to get some players in. There's going to be a lot of players being shipped out. The one player he got in January is the one player that's actually looking like he knows what to do in the system. And if you can get about 4 or 5 more players in that can actually play a system and just get rid of all the other trash in the team, then I don't know. I think next season could be it could be a good one. Like, I don't think he's going to be in danger next season.
Okay. But in terms of kind of, because a lot of people are saying he has to, because he doesn't have the players now, maybe he has to kind of change that formation or change his tactics. Like Mubin, do you think that you should keep the tactics as it is, or do you think you should try to change? Because at the end of the day, results are what matters. That's what they say. Results are what matters. But do you think he should stay with it or not?
I think he probably will have to. It's a system that obviously has worked for him in the past and he's been successful with it. I was talking about 5 or 6 signings. I just read a report today where Sir Jim has sort of cut the lunch or the meals at the club, where only the first team get what they get and the rest of the club gets soup and toasted sandwiches. So where we gonna get money to sign 5 or 6?
That's why I said there's gonna have to be outgoings that's gonna end up funding.
Obviously,
who's
but
gonna buy your shit? Who's gonna buy that?
Somebody took Rashford, and there's
on loan.
A buy clause.
On loan.
There's a buy clause in there for 40 mil.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I think to be fair to the manager, he's got to get a full season. I'm not in favor of appointing someone halfway through the season. Jason says, "Cut the meals, make United hungry for success." So I hope he gets the backing. Sorry,
can't we get him as manager? Sounds like the right things to say.
Yeah, I hope the manager gets the backing, and let's hope he gets a full season to sort of, test his squad and players that he obviously will get to sign in the summer. And I agree with AF. I don't think we're gonna hit the floor running from game one. We're gonna be rusty from the beginning. So I'm probably not going to get my hopes up, but yeah, I think that's where it is for us right now.
Yeah, I think Rameez is completely right as well. I mean, he said Amorim needs his own signings and preseason before any judgment. And that's true at the end of the day. It's just that it's difficult to do that when football is such a results-based situation where you have a couple of bad results, you end up at the bottom of the table. People are going to be like, "What's wrong here? What needs to be done?" Like they look at the manager, which is unfortunate. But I fully agree with that. This weekend also, we obviously saw massive movement in the title race. Of course, there was a small matter of the two best teams for the last couple of seasons in the land facing each other, Liverpool against Manchester City. Nikita talked to me about the game. Were you nervous going into it? Like, how were you feeling? And throughout the game, did it ease up as it went on?
I have been flipping nervous the last 2 weeks. We had 5 Premier League games in 15 days. Last one will be tonight, and I was flipping nervous for every one of them. But I must say, going into Sunday, I was completely at peace because Arsenal had already fucked up enough for everyone. Sorry for my language. Had screwed up enough for us also. So all the pressure was off, and I think you almost saw like, for the first time, and I'm honest now, for the first time, I've actually watched a game of football for watching Liverpool that I really actually enjoyed, because it was almost like the best of a Slot and a Klopp game. We pressed where we needed to press, we counter-pressed, and we were successful. And then I think under Slot, we defend a lot better, sitting back, raking in and absorbing all that pressure. We're a lot better. And we saw that as well. And then also the conversion, I think, under Slot is a lot better. At least I feel that. I'm Darwin Núñez aside now, but
yeah, of course.
I think for me it was the quintessential Liverpool performance. For me, that and our Real Madrid performance were our 2 best performances this season so far. Real Madrid was like 100%. It could have been Klopp in the dugout there. We just annihilated them just in power, pace, speed, execution. But on the weekend, yeah, shame. It's actually, it's not sad to see because City did play a young side, so to speak. It's not like they're not young superstars. But for me, the biggest kind of takeout of Sunday was seeing De Bruyne.
Yeah,
it really wasn't good to see that, and I thought immediately, like, shit, if I had seen Gerrard like that, like, how would I have felt? And I know there are like at least 5 or 6 Man City supporters out there in the world, so they must have been feeling pretty crap watching that on Sunday evening, because he really looks like a shell of himself.
It's time to go.
He's done, yeah, but like, I mean, he's one of the greatest Premier League players of all time for me.
Yeah,
true. Yeah,
and it's just sad that we have to witness him, I guess.
Yeah,
I think he's still got a bit of class in him, obviously, but I think maybe he knows his movies abroad at the end of the season. They're not really, obviously, out of the title race, so it's probably just being mediocre, not putting in as much as he needs to.
I think he's going to
you know what the Saudi sun will do to that skin?
There's a lot of
much needed then
of him going to MLS at the end of the season, and
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, because of New York City FC, I think it could be an easy sort of transition for him.
I don't know. I don't know if the US is now as attractive, obviously from a monetary perspective, but I think there's a lot of political and ethical influences.
But I mean, maybe one of the last things he wants to do is play with Lionel Messi, and he's just going to go join that team of has-been Galacticos, like the Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets and Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi. I think Sergio Ramos might be going there as well. So just like create a full team of people that used to be amazing.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think it would suit him better than Saudi, like we were saying. But I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes for Kevin. But honestly, AF for you, this is going to hurt me. But so how much did they miss Ireland? Realistically, how much did they miss Ireland in that game? Would they have made a difference?
I think there's one way that I think that they missed Ireland, and that was Jeremy Doku annihilated Trent literally every single time he ran at him. I think the
Nikita disappeared there. as soon as you said that.
That's why I tried to get us in now.
11 or 12 take-ons, and he just
Uh-huh.
toasted him every single time.
Uh-huh.
And he kept on like squaring these balls, but there was no target man there. And I think out of those 11 or 12, Alan would have converted at least one of them.
Yeah.
Mamouche is not a target man, so he's going to play that like sort of creating role, finishing role, like how Julian Alvarez used to be. But he's not a target man. He's not like Haaland that's going to be in the right place at the right time. So I think from that point of view and that perspective, they missed Haaland. But not really.
I don't think
else.
so. I have to disagree. You're saying that as if Haaland isn't still in Joe Gomez's pocket from December.
By the way, while you were gone there for a minute, these two were throwing shade at Trent.
No, we
I'm just letting you know.
I can say it again.
I'm just letting you know.
I will say it again.
Unacceptable.
11 take-ons, and Jeremy Doku just smoked that guy every single time.
But to what end?
Didn't know what to do.
Jeremy Doku could put fuck all in the box. Nothing.
Yeah, he squeezed it, and that was my
Cut
point.
back.
That was my point.
So that's why we spoke about Haaland.
Tap it in because there was no target man. That's the
Okay, so
only
he puts it in, and then
reason,
that
I think.
massive head of Konate or Virgil's clears it. No, man, Haaland has got nothing for Virgil. I don't think Haaland is scored against
at
us.
least one of them.
I'm with AF on this
Okay,
one.
but we scored 2 goals.
That's
And
exactly.
we're not
I'm not saying City would have won.
Yeah,
I'm not saying City would have won.
Yeah,
like,
that's
there's
them,
no
that's
way
them
City
too.
wins that game. They
Agreed.
were
Yeah.
dog shit for the entire 90
Yeah.
minutes.
I'm not gonna lie, my views on Trent Alexander-Arnold have changed quite a bit over the last few months. Not in terms of quality. I think he is
I don't think his head is there.
right back of his channel. I just don't think. I don't think his head is there. I think he's going to Madrid and his head is gone. The only reason he didn't go in Jan is because he probably wants a couple more titles. Hopefully. But yeah, I'm definitely on the he must go, and I will be so angry with him. I'll never forgive him if he goes on a free. And I know that's invariably what's going to happen. So
just real quick. So chances are Trent might go at the end of the season. Do you think Mo actually signs?
I think Mo and Virgil have signed. They just can't announce it because of Trent's ongoing negotiation. I think it puts undue pressure. If I just think about the contract negotiations I do on a day-to-day basis in my field of work, I wouldn't announce if there was one that could be impacted by the announcements. So the way that both of them have spoken the last few weeks, Mo's actively now, celebrating with a badge the last couple of weeks. So I think he and Virgil are done. And I think it's just Trent that's holding things up. But I definitely think they will make an announcement, before there's any title decisions or anything like that, for sure.
Well, titles should be sewn up in the next couple of months or like in the next month or so. So they can make a decision.
So should the league. I don't know.
Arteta said over his dead body. So, I mean,
over his dead body.
People are still going to be pushing there.
That can be arranged. Apparently, like even just playing You Never Walk Alone, like just easy to death. So I mean, that shouldn't be too hard.
Poor Mikel.
That guy is delusional.
Poor Mikel. Ruben, is the title over? They lost 1-0 to West Ham at home. Record Lewis Kelly. Is the title finished? Is the title race over?
Yeah, I think so. I've actually watched a few of Liverpool's games, the full 90. Last couple of weeks, and those last 15-20 minutes they have looked shaky at the back in terms of they could concede, and I'm particularly speaking about the Wolves game, but I mean they've won the games. I don't want to use the term scrap, but they've won the games, whether it been 1-0, 2-1, and that's how you win titles. I've always said, I mean, that's how United won the titles. With they scrapped 1-0s, 2-1s, coming from behind, holding out. So yeah, I think with Arsenal losing obviously to West Ham, those are games they should be winning. I wanted to contend and push Liverpool to the end, to the very end, and obviously hope that Liverpool slips up somewhere and gain ground, but they haven't done themselves justice. So for me personally, I think the race is done.
Yeah, if you want to give something here, do you have a comment on this, or do you just want to?
I just want to point out. So in the C Point Prom video that we did, I think Odua mentioned in the comments that his hot take is that Forest will end up being second. They'll put Arsenal to second place.
Okay.
Seriously? Is that what he said?
That's his wild take. So
Look,
let's see
that brings us
happens
perfectly onto previews for this evening's games. It's a great segue. Thank you.
Wait, before we get there,
I take back all the segue things that I said.
Yeah, before we get there, I just want to talk about one more team, and that is Chelsea.
Able.
And I want to speak about the man they call Ghost Farmer, because
he ghosted me last night. I captained him.
Me also.
I saw that.
What is happening over there? Like, he had that like literally perfect opportunity, and normally he buries that in his sleep, blindfold on. I don't know, like,
got a Real Madrid offer, man.
Through something? Sorry?
He's got a Real Madrid offer in his mind. Real Madrid offer him a 10-year contract.
It's crazy though, like, to see.
That's wild.
Like I think it's been like the last 6 games now. He hasn't had a goal or an assist in his last 6.
Something.
Yeah, no, it's
something
quite
like
a few,
that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
something like that.
I don't think I've ever sworn at the TV so much without watching a team that I support. That was quite upsetting.
Because you wanted points.
Yeah, obviously, because I need to catch some people that are above me, i.e. Portals. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work when you want it to work. But yeah, I think it's difficult for him. I'm not sure why exactly. Because everybody else seems to be still doing well. But I mean, Neto's doing really well.
Yeah.
They're playing that fluid 3 in front without a striker, Nkunku, Neto.
Yeah, he's playing like a false
Sancho.
9, and he's actually thriving.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what exactly the issue is there with Cole specifically. Maybe he's playing cold. Simple. He's playing cold.
I don't know. It can't go that wrong.
Probably come down with a fever or something.
For 4 weeks. It's basically 4 weeks. And I mean, it was Southampton. If there was ever an opportunity to get yourself back in form, it was last night. So
fully agree.
Yeah, Riaz, our punt, did not play. Yeah. So now tonight, Salah was for a trick tonight.
Yeah, that's gonna be upsetting. Right? That's gonna be super upsetting.
That was just all that I want to speak about with Chelsea.
Okay, fair enough. Because I don't like Chelsea, so speaking about him upsetting.
But can I just say that I mean, Chelsea and I in the top 4 again, which to your earlier point, or Oddo's point at least, that kind of second spot. And I mean, again, I'm not saying the league is over. I'm not. But that second spot and that top 4, let's just say the top 4 is definitely not set in stone. I mean, Arsenal, to be fair, are closer to 6th than they are to us. So
invariably you're saying the league is over.
No. I'm just saying that top 4 can go any which way. Any which way. I mean, I'm at the point now where I would say last the Champions League to win the Premier League. Honestly, hand on heart, I would much rather win the Premier League.
What about both? What about both?
I don't see the purpose of the Champions League new format, which I said from the beginning of the season, and I think finally we all realize why. You can finish top of the table and still get PSG, which again just alludes to the fact that
could have been worse.
I mean, could it have? It couldn't have been Real Madrid. It couldn't have been Real Madrid, based on the way they finished. But for me, like, again, why put in all the effort to win all your games if you can just do
Yeah.
what Madrid did or what City did and invariably get through and play a relative. I mean, Arsenal have a better fixture than us. Madrid have a tough fixture with Atletico, sure. I think they play each other like 3 times in I don't know how many days. But yeah, again, that's why I don't like this format. I think it's stupid. I think it incentivizes teams to kind of just not perform in the group stage and then just push through at the end when the fixtures also ease up for all the other leagues except the English teams. It's only the English teams that have a ton of games in December anyway. So,
but they play less games though. If you finish, if Liverpool, like, it's interesting coming from you as someone like you guys finished like close to the top of the kind of the league. So how do you feel like that's a negative towards Liverpool, even though you are playing PSG? Like how do you feel like that's inhabited done your team a disservice?
Look, for me, it's like we should be realistically. If you went into a round of 16 now, we would have gotten PSV or Benfica in the normal format. Now you're getting a tier 1 side, a pot 1 side, essentially.
But that's not on you though. That's kind of on them because they didn't do well enough to kind of,
No,
that's how it works.
I disagree. You have a better chance. Both teams have equal chance of going through if you're playing a team of the same caliber. They play in the French league, which is shit, right? They win every week. They only have 1 cup. We were in 4 competitions. Competing on all fronts. So yeah, we save 2 games for this round of 16 tie. But for me, you're going to have to now, put in as much effort to play to get through PSG over 2 legs as what you would, Real Madrid. So I don't see the point. I think and we played our first team in all our Premier League games, except the last one. I mean, all our Champions League games, except the last one, which was a dead rubber. You could spare guys' legs. We could have spared Ryan Gravenberch for the run-in, like Real Madrid did. A lot of the time, when Vinicius wasn't injured, he was benched. So I think this format is trash, and for all intents and purposes, the guys that finish first can actually realistically go out in the first round.
Yeah, true.
Which is not the purpose of this flipping competition. It's so that you have the best teams. And let's be honest, we've got Arsenal, Liverpool, and Real Madrid all on the one side of the draw. I mean, Barcelona have a walk into the final. I mean, Bayern is just going to bend over for them. So,
what do you mean?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think Barcelona goes to the final.
You don't think so? I think they walk into the final. They walk into the final and they play Madrid. That's because Madrid will cut Arsenal up, and then they might beat us. I mean, could go either way. If they play like they played, in November, then no. But I mean, they're a better team now. They got Vinicius and all that stuff back. But for me, it's just shitty format.
I think Liverpool are going to win a treble this season.
Whoa,
that's my view.
Whoa. Don't put that out in the universe.
I'm being honest. I'm just being honest. Yeah. They look. That's how good they look.
Just take that T-shirt off and show your Liverpool jersey on the way or something.
Guys, I'm just looking at it from the outside in, and they are the best team that I've watched this season. And because I hate Real Madrid as well, I absolutely despise Real Madrid. So anyone over Real Madrid. So
that competition when it comes to knockouts. They do the business. They know what
that's true. But I just don't like them whatsoever. Anyways, Ruben, tell me tonight, if Nottingham Forest beat Arsenal, if they get that kind of result, do we think that we can then say that Nottingham Forest will end in the top 4, or is it still up in the air?
No, I think there's a pretty good chance. They've obviously been a bit inconsistent the last few games, but I mean, if they get a win this evening, then there's no disputing that they could still end up in the top 4 if they string a few wins together, get some momentum going once again. They've been quality this season. For, let's call them a bottom to mid-table team. They've been highly consistent to be where they are right now. So, I mean, if they get the win tonight, like I said, maybe they string a couple more together, and there's no reason then why they can't finish in the top 4. They've also been sort of lucky not having the main players injured. Guys like Wood, another defender. Ilanga's been sort of fit most of the season, and he's contributed quite a few assists as well. So, yeah.
Don't forget the Liverpool boy Nico Williams.
Nico Williams.
Hottest number 7 that plays at fullback.
Yeah.
So everyone wants to pick up the wrong way this evening.
They don't have bad fixtures. They don't have bad fixtures also. I got Arsenal and City for sure, but then it's like Ipswich, United at home.
Not even City is kind of scary anymore, really.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I just think of the way they played against us. Very effective. They got Brentford, Leicester, Chelsea, all at home. So yeah, I think they can have a liquor run. If they beat Arsenal tonight, then Arsenal's title hopes I think are legit done, because then it is really 11 points. And I think
it's done already, man.
It's a 6-point swing, though, right?
It pains me, but yeah.
That's still possible. Still possible.
I'm with you guys. I think it's gonna be interesting to see. I think if Arsenal really don't win this evening, it's definitely over the title race. I shouldn't say that, but I'm actually giving. You know what, Jason? I'm gonna give you some motivation. So that if you guys do end up winning, you guys can come after me, I guess. Bring City wins or draws, so Chelsea can stay in the top 4. Fair enough. I appreciate that. We'll go to that game next. Actually, let's talk Spurs Manchester City. That game is this evening, and oh god, like we've seen plenty much this like all the time this season. If you need a win, if you are not in form, if you're looking for something to kind of kickstart your season or kickstart a winning run of form, just play Spurs. We got you. We'll lose the game just so that you can go on a winning run. We got you. We did it to Ipswich, Crystal Palace. I don't know, plenty of other people. It happens to us. Everton. We gave Dominic Calvert-Lewin his first goal in like 65 years, something like that. We charity like that. We just give it over. Hey, where do you think this game is going to be won or lost? What's kind of the key areas that you find on this field today? Because City have lost. Spurs have won 3 games in a row, which is the first time I think all season. So where do you think this game is going to be, won or lost?
I think it's going to be a battle of which defense is less shitty.
Yeah.
That's going to be the entire spotlight on this game. Like, defenders don't mess up. That's all. Just don't try to concede. But they both probably will.
It's been difficult because City have been, I guess they've lost some defenders sometimes, but although let's not talk about losing defenders because we've lost the whole back line. But it seems like they kind of have been a bit more shaky this season than usual. Nikita, like how do you see this game going?
I think you guys have probably you guys are on a much better wicket. In my opinion, I think City looked very, as much as Taku ran past 20-11 times. Yeah. I think they look very disjointed. They don't look like a fluid team. Like their wingers look good, but their defense, you can carve open. I actually think Spurs are going to win tonight. That's my honest perspective. I think you guys are at home. You guys generally show up. You've got some guys coming back from injury.
Yes. I have a question for you. Judging by the old Jeremy Doku, just smoking Trent over the weekend.
Yeah.
Do you play Jed Spence at right back and Udogie at left back tonight?
Yeah.
But 100%. Do you think Angie's going to play Pardo at right back anyways?
Nope. If he does, then Jed will be playing on the left. I think Jed Spence starts.
No. I know Jed. He's definitely starting, but just in terms of trying to neutralize
Doku.
because if Paro starts, that's the guy.
That's over.
Look,
I think it's Spence one.
I'm hoping it's Spence because it worked out quite decently in the game that we played now on the weekend, where Spence and Udogie played together. Well, Spence played on the right, Udogie played on the left. He had to bring Udogie off, obviously, because we don't want him to get injured again. So Spence went over, I think, after once Udogie went off.
He's been probably your most consistent performer over the last 3 weeks or so.
100%. Fully agree. He's good. He's good on the attack. He carries the ball well, and he's brilliant going backwards. Yeah, he's quite solid on the defense. So, I think honestly, I think he will do well against Doku. I mean, we all know if Sparrow, he's not going to do well against Doku. So that's going to be a bit of a dodgy thing to watch. What is interesting though is that in that back line, it was the first time that we played Archie on the right and Danzo on the left. Usually we play Danzo on the right, Archie on the left. Since Danzo has came, he's played on the right. So this was the first time we played Danzo on the left, which was interesting. I think we played Archie I think we play Archie and Jed on the same side. I think that's his thinking because Jed can kind of provide cover for Archie. He's a bit quicker or whatever the case may be. So I think that's maybe the thinking there. But it's going to be, like you say, I think it's going to be which defense doesn't leaks the least goals. Ruben, I'm going to come to you for a prediction. What do you think the score for this Manchester City Spurs game is going to be?
2-1 City.
Okay. Give me a goal scorer as well. Who do you think is going to score?
For both?
Yeah.
I think maybe Son gets in for Spurs. And I think Mamouche gets one. And I'll go with Docker for the other one.
Okay, fair enough. That means Pado's going to start. Do we think that is Alan fit or what's his situation? Do we know?
Pep said that he's only going to be able to determine that after the final training session this morning.
Which means I think he's probably fit then. Just managers and their mind games.
Yeah. So it's so annoying. Nikita, your predictions for this game?
3-0 Spurs.
Whoa! Wow. Okay. Unexpected, but I appreciate the vote.
Why? We broke them on the weekend. You just need to finish the job. Yeah, I think where you guys are really good is counter-attacking press, and they look exceptionally vulnerable to that. That's regardless of Haaland up top and all that crap. And I think your centre-back pairing will be solid enough to take care of whatever's up top. And I think as good as Mamouche is really exceptional. I just think you guys have enough to keep him quiet. And you'll demoralize them if you get a couple of early goals, which is your Spurs speciality, right? So Sonny and Madders, 3-0.
Okay, I appreciate that. I do. But that's just because I told you that you're going to win the treble. I appreciate that anyway, even if that's the reason.
This is honest, uninfluenced, unbiased opinion. Yeah.
Okay. It's not too far-fetched because we have beaten them 4-3 previously in the season, so
yeah,
it's definitely possible, I suppose. If your thoughts on this, what are your predictions for this game?
3-1 Spurs.
Okay, give me one goal. Give me their goal scorer.
Mamouche.
Just because you have him in your team, you want to give me Mamouche now. This is not.
No, I just like the guy. I just like the guy. I want him to do well in the Premier League. I just hate the fact that he's playing for City.
Fair enough. I like him as well. I think he showed quite a bit of good kind of positivity in a team that is playing without a lot of creativity, which is interesting. But I'm gonna go
what's your prediction?
I'm gonna go with 3-1 Spurs. 3-1 City. Sorry, I almost misspoke there for a second.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Reverse psychology.
Nah.
I know the 3.
So I said I'm not surprised.
I know this reverse cycle that happens here.
And look, I mean, our defense is not good, Our defense is bad. If we are, like I said, we are a healer. We are healing for broken teams. So when teams come to us broken, we love to heal them. So that's maybe what's going to happen.
Next week, you guys will be talking about 4 in a row.
I hope so. But yeah, the last game that we're going to preview this week is Liverpool Newcastle. I haven't been speaking too much about Newcastle so far. So Ruben, I mean, they had a good 11-minute period this weekend where they played Nottingham Forest and they went 4-1, I think it was. And then they ended up in the second half kind of falling flat. They conceded a couple of goals and it ended up being 4-3. How do you feel about Newcastle so far this season? And do you think that they have a chance against Liverpool?
Yeah, look, I think they started the season off pretty well, and then they sort of tapered off a bit, and then started stringing some wins again together. So maybe not a overall great season in their minds. I think maybe they would have aimed to finish maybe fourth, maybe try and get in the top four. Considering their last two seasons and an investment made in the club. But overall, I think they're still a pretty good team. I don't think they will beat Liverpool this evening. I think Liverpool's got too much in the tank. They're far superior in terms of quality, and they just been playing bloody good football. So, I think I'll give you my prediction. I think Liverpool probably wins at 3-1. Yeah.
Fair enough. Nikita, is there anything, like I agree with most of what Ruben said there. I mean, Liverpool are just a bit too superior, kind of the way that they're playing. But is there anything kind of from that Newcastle team that you're worried about maybe? Do you think that they pose a little bit of a threat at least? Or how do you see the game going?
No, I think they pose a big threat. If I'm honest, our most competitive game this season where we were very good and the other team was equally as good was when we played Newcastle at St. James's Park. So for me, Darwin Núñez's replacement is a big consideration in the front of my mind there. Isak is the dog's bollocks. I think he's just got an injury problem that we need to resolve. But I would kill. I think he's literally Harry Kane incarnate. Honest to gosh.
What?
I think he's really, really good.
I
think he's that good. In terms of capability, goal scoring capability, I don't think he has as much all-round game as Harry Kane, but in terms of scoring capability, he reminds me so much of Harry Kane.
But he runs like 65 kilometers more than Harry Kane ever did. He's probably already run in this season more than Harry Kane did in his whole career.
No, but I honestly think in terms of goal scoring prowess, this guy is really like just an old school, put it away kind of guy. And he makes me quite bang. I think, Anthony Gordon also can stretch that back line, and we've got Trent starting at right back tonight because Bradley's injured for sure.
Oh, no.
So for me, there's a big threat. For me, it's definitely closer than that. I think it's 2-1, I hope. 2-1, because I won't accept losing at home any longer. I just think that's nonsense. So.
I like it. The confidence of Anfield.
So it's at Anfield, and the last what's the last game? When was Wolves? Last week.
Last week Saturday.
It was like last week. Literally, we played 5 games in 15 days.
Yeah, and I mean, like this was against a team that's like quite low to the bottom of the table, and if they had like taken their chances and been a bit more clinical with like the creativity and stuff like that, they could have seen a result at Anfield. And if you bring Newcastle, who are set up a bit better than Wolves have been, and are experiencing some like better form and stuff like that, I think they have a really good chance at Anfield tonight. I think they've learned their mistakes from the game against City. I don't know what was going through their minds during that 90 minutes, but I think that they know what they want to achieve tonight. If I'm going for predictions, I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw.
You think so? I hope not. Because, I mean, remember, Newcastle are actually not on a good week today. They lost
They're not bad.
2 or 3 before. 2 before that, they lost. They obviously got
Yeah.
pumped by City. And before that, who did they lose to?
I
Wasn't
think
it
Bournemouth. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Bournemouth?
even
I
the
mean-
game against Forest over the weekend, like they were
The second
coasting
half was
for half
bad.
time,
They
and
were
then they just like
shocking in the second half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's what I meant about like this the game against City. Also, it's like they lose their heads like very quickly.
It's odd
But
though.
I like top four is like it's now coming to the business end of the season, and they're going to want to try and cement that spot some way somehow. And you never know. Big games call for big occasions.
Sure. But I mean,
I mean-
you get a top 5 is going to get you Champions League, right? This year,
Oh yeah,
most
true.
likely.
Yeah.
Could very well be
So who do they kick out? Chelsea.
City and Chelsea. Both City and Chelsea gone.
Yeah.
Get them out of there. Get them out of
I
there.
think Newcastle. We must have a word with Newcastle. So you don't need to come in at Anfield here tonight to get into the
Wasim
top
says
5.
they
That's
haven't
fine.
won at Anfield since 1994.
Yeah, I don't
Great.
think we expect them to win
Thank
tonight,
you,
do we?
Wasim.
I think they personally. I think that they, like we've said, they have gone through stages where they don't look good. Like we spoke about those two losses, and in that second half against Forest, they were very very bad. They were coasting. But I think that on their day, when the midfield and the front three are on form, I think they can. We saw the two Arsenal games in the cup semi-finals. They destroyed Arsenal in both of those games. They were unbelievable. The midfield three ran the show, and Murphy's been amazing this season as well. I know we spoke about Isaac and Gordon, but I think Murphy also deserves a massive shout out because he's been really really good. And we spoke about Wolves' clinicality there, and I think Newcastle are really really clinical. I think that's what kind of sets them apart. And yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting. It just depends on which Newcastle shows up tonight. I think they could easily win 3-1, but they could also easily lose 4-0. So it's going to be difficult to kind of predict it. But I think I'm going to go.
Mo Salah hat-trick for the points.
No,
Don't
Salah's
say
not
that.
scoring this
No, it's not
evening.
You know what,
happen.
Salah was going to score 1 goal tonight.
No, not even
Golden
one.
boot.
Give him an assist.
No,
Because I'll give him an assist, please.
no, don't be like that, man. Don't be like that.
No, I want him to break that goal assist record for the season. He can break that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just
but
get
we can
Darwin,
next week.
get Darwin to score a couple of goals so that Slot doesn't like crap him out in a press conference or something.
And Nikita's background is giving off Newcastle vibes.
That's true.
Anyway.
I don't know. It looked like Liverpool's away, like that third kit or something.
Okay.
Similar vibes.
So I guess the
Quite
way you look at
violent
it.
now that I look at it.
I like it personally. I'm gonna go high scoring. I'm gonna go 3-2 Liverpool because
Ooh.
I think
Have
it's
a
gonna
good
be
high-scoring
interesting.
game against Newcastle, eh?
That's going to be
I think
like
it's
a
gonna be good.
90th minute winner or something, and then the commentator's going to be like, they've responded like champions or some nonsense like
Yeah,
that.
I actually think that they're gonna be behind. They're gonna be 2-1 behind, and they're gonna come win at 3-2. Once
Please, man, my nerves is already shot. Can we please just like
I would have said that they're gonna win once Trent leaves the field and Conor Bradley comes on, but now that I know that Bradley's injured, unfortunately.
Okay, Kwanzaa will
that's
come
okay. Harvey Elliott.
Kwanzaa will be
Harvey
a
Elliott
right
is
back.
He can do anything, honestly. I like Harvey Elliott. He could probably play there. He could probably put a shift in. But okay, so we went. What did we go, Mubin? What did we go for your prediction?
3-1 Liverpool.
3-1 Liverpool. Nikita.
2-1.
2-1 Liverpool. AF. A draw. The only one going with a draw. I think that's close though. That's a close one. Taking my place on the fence, the AF. I appreciate it. And then I'm going 3-2 Liverpool, of course. Yeah, this has been quite a long episode. Nikita, the last question I'm going to come to is for you, because in the beginning of the season, even the end of last season, I know you're obviously a big Klopp fanatic, and you were less than enthusiastic when Slot kind of came into the kind of the big shadow that kind of Klopp left. So tell me, after this, so far the season has gone by. Are we still? Is the jury still out on Slot, or are we a bit more excited about having him there now?
I don't think the jury's out. I just think he's not a Liverpool guy. I still don't think I mean, he's been sent off how many times, like his behavior. I think the first time I noticed it was when he announced that he was coming to Liverpool before the club announced it. So these like little things, and maybe it's the Dutch in him. I don't know, that they're very like frank and to the point. But yeah, there's just something about him that doesn't feel warm and, you know, the Liverpool way. But yeah, I mean, the football speaks for itself, right? But I think also we also have to acknowledge that Mo Salah is having probably one of the best individual seasons in the Premier League ever. I really think we need to start acknowledging that now.
Fully agree.
That like legitimately he's now up there. I mean, how many more flipping records does he have to break? And I don't think that's replicable next season. So it will be very interesting to see what our team looks like in season 2 of Slot. But yeah, I mean, the football itself, I mean, if you win me trophies, I'm going to be a happy camper. But yeah, just something about him doesn't make me adore him, so to speak. Yeah.
Fair enough. It could be the Dutch.
Liverpool's probably they got to update the sort of a policy where, you know, before they were giving out free denture or dentistry upgrades. I mean, we look at Klopp and Firmino, so they're probably going to have to do giving out the implants.
Hey, after Mo, after Mo,
yeah. So
that's definitely coming.
Yeah, maybe you'll feel a bit more at home after that.
Did you go out and go meet Klopp at Waterfront yesterday?
No, I did not, even though I was probably sitting a few hundred meters away from where we were shopping.
But he wasn't. He was doing a meet and greet at Adidas in Waterfront.
Yeah. So I think no, I missed him. I haven't yet met Mr. Klopp in person, but you never know. He's here for a couple of days.
He's doing that thing. I think it's on the 6th of March at Outbay Football Club.
Yeah.
So there's like a meet and greet happening there as well.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe I will make an appearance.
Starstruck. Like girl face in Outbay.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to be like control myself from showing him my Klopp tattoo. And I feel like maybe I just need to put myself in that situation. Like where I embarrass myself in front of Jurgen Klopp. So I don't know.
I think it will be endearing.
Thank you. I'm glad you think so.
You're going to be joined by that dude that Jason interviewed on in Sea Point with the
the Liverpool tattoo. Yeah.
Tattoo, yeah.
Oh, great stuff. Great stuff.
It's like he's overhead and spits. But anyway, let me shut up.
We love it. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening on this live episode. That's a good one, Rameez. I like that a lot. But thank you guys for joining me as well. It's been great to chat to you guys as usual, especially Ruben and Nikita. It's been a while since you guys, I love when you guys join us on the pod. But where can the guys find you? AF, starting with you. Where can the guys find you?
Yeah, I think if you guys don't know by now, then like, what are you doing? But yeah, at AF Parker 642 on all social media platforms. Just want to shout out the live chat. Jason, Rameez, Kwalo, Wasim, everybody that's been contributing to the chat. Thanks for the support. We see you. We love you.
Lovely stuff. Nikita, since it's been a while, I know people may know where to find AF, but where do we find you, please? And not at Jurgen Klopp's house, hopefully.
No. That psychosis has left me now. I am at Kita ___. That's 3 _Ks on Blue Sky primarily. So check me out over there. And thank you very much for having me, guys. It was a pleasure being back. Hopefully all the predictions go everyone's way tonight.
Oh goodness me! Whoa! Can we clip that, please? And can I have that in my back pocket for future time? And Ruben, where can people find you as well?
Yeah, Instagram And like I said, I'm the fossil of the group, so I still utilize my Facebook, Mubin Ahmed. And if you don't find me there, you run over to Amco Trading for all your daily supplies. Be sure to help you anytime.
Come get your chocolate milk, guys. Everybody that's training for Oceans.
For Ramzan.
Yeah.
That too.
Training for Ramzan.
Lots of reasons to go there.
You said it like a proper Indian with a Z.
I know.
We love
It shows the friend circle.
But yeah, thanks so much for joining us this evening. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are so sweet to do so. Follow us on all social media platforms at sportycast. And yeah, we'll see you guys. I guess is this our last before the Ramadan? Are we're back next after the Ramadan again in a month's time? We'll be back.
I don't know. We're recording throughout Ramadan.
Okay, just checking.
We have a live next week Tuesday. It's just going to be at 10:30, so after Mosque.
In the night time. Okay, got you.
At this, I can't remember. I think it's Man United TikToker that we're getting on.
Okay.
Oh.
So yeah.
Lovely stuff.
I'll ask my mommy if I can stay up.
Are you the TikToker, Ruben? I thought you were the Facebook one. But yeah, so that's it. So we'll be back next week. That's brilliant stuff. Thanks so much for joining us. Like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Sportycast, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for joining. Peace.
Cheers, guys.